Here's your weather video for this Sunday, February the 18th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray, and they got another big winter storm coming into the west coast, the Sierra Nevada mountains there in California. You're going to get very heavy snows. The valleys going to get lots of rain, lots of strong winds across the entire state, winds gusting to 80 miles an hour along those ridge tops in the Sierras. They could get as much as 2 to 3 feet of snow. Especially around Mono County and in the greater Lake Tahoe area. Just a couple of weeks ago, I went over the Sierras over Donner Pass on the Amtrak California Zephyr in these exact same kind of conditions. It's going to be just spectacularly beautiful, but very, very dangerous. Conditions across the western half of the United States, dominated by a big system that's coming on shore here in the south and Alabama and southeastern United States. Got a big trough, another short wave coming through. As we go through the week ahead, that system will close off kind of as an upper low over us, but no real consequences to our weather. Big ridge begins to develop over the center part of the country. And look at that. That's a really powerful ridge, one of the strong ones we've seen, but it peters out fairly quickly and just leaves generally anomalous high pressure over much of the country until late Thursday into Friday and the weekend when another trough develops over the eastern United States. You can tell a really progressive pattern, but a lot of warmth ridging there. Across the middle of the country, moves into Canada. Another whopper of a system moves into the west toward the end of the 2-week period. We're starting off kind of chilly this morning across Alabama after a chilly Saturday. Low temperatures in the hard freeze category in North Alabama, lower 20s there in Tennessee Valley, got middle 20s, some upper 20s in central Alabama, with the only places in the state escaping the freezing conditions over extreme south, southeast Alabama, and the Mobile Bay area. High temperatures across Alabama today will look a little bit better than they did yesterday, but still some upper 40s in northwest Alabama, despite fairly strong sunshine, lower to middle 50s across much of the rest of the area. Our model of record for this weather briefing will be the GFS. We'll start out here on Sunday morning. High pressure in charge of Alabama's weather. We see those snows there in the Intermountain West, some snows in southeastern Canada, and still lots of rain in Florida. They'll have a hard time getting the Daytona 500 in today. I would imagine they'll be racing on Monday there in Daytona. As we go through the rest of the day, high pressure is in charge of our weather. Our skies will be mostly sunny. It'll be another cool night tonight with overnight lows in the lower middle 20s again. Now, Monday looks like another beautiful day. High temperature is going to be topping off back in the upper 50s as we begin to warm up fairly quickly. By Wednesday, by Tuesday, we'll see highs probably somewhere in the upper 60s in most areas, maybe mid-60s in North Alabama, but we'll get into the lower 70s across a good bit of the area on Wednesday. As you can see, it continues to be dry. High pressure is in charge. We'll see changes beginning, though. System moving through the Ohio Valley. You see showers moving back into northwest Alabama, perhaps as early as noon on Thursday. Those showers could affect other parts of the state, at least the northern third of the state, through the afternoon hours, and showers will become likely Thursday night across much of the area. It won't be as cold, of course. All the precipitation will be in the liquid form, and it will be moving out on Friday. Now, it may take a good bit of the morning for it to get completely out of Alabama into Georgia, but most of Friday will be dry. We'll see increasing sunshine during the day, and that's the latest model run. Let's go back one model run. That was the 0Z run. And if we move on out here and look at what it was showing on the model run 6 hours ago, the system was kind of slower to get out of here on Friday. So quicker in on Thursday seems to be a trend. Quicker out on Friday, get it out for the weekend. We should return to sunshine with high temperatures in the 50s as we go into the week 2 period. It looks like we'll be dry starting out the week, but a quick change, another big storm system as we saw on the upper pattern. High pressure to our east, trying to keep this system at bay, but some of that rain may get into Alabama there by Tuesday the 27th. It may take a second run. As you see, that high pressure is pretty powerful. It'll be interesting to see what kind of warmth that generates. But by that Thursday night, heavy rains across the Midwest, some very heavy rain there over Arkansas. But this system will be moving into Alabama by Friday the 1st into Friday night, and might take it till a good bit of the weekend to get out of here. So that looks like another good rainy system, and another one forming off to the west there by Monday the 4th. You see there's more heavy rain for Alabama. So, let's kind of look at what precipitation totals over that period might look like. Most of Alabama, you see the eastern half, not as much, about half to 3/4 of an inch, most of that coming Thursday night and Friday with that system. Some a fairly, very quick gradient across Alabama with some heavy rains there across central Mississippi into southwest Alabama. Some heavy rains to the northwest. So, we won't complain about the rain. And let's go back and just take a peek at the severe weather here. We were dealing with, let's see. Let's get the Cape up here. This is Tuesday the 27th. Looks like could be some thunderstorms, severe weather maybe to the west of Alabama. That would be in keeping with that pattern. There's a pretty strong signal there on Thursday night the 29th, our leap night. That system is trying to move into Alabama, but just can't make it here. A little bit of instability there as the warm front moves up on Friday night the 2nd. Little bit of instability Saturday night the 2nd into the 3rd. And then maybe if that front kind of hangs out over Alabama, South Alabama could have some instability. So nothing really crazy. Temperatures, at least temperature anomalies off the model, look very warm there around the end of that second week. Looks like we're warm a good bit of that that week 2 period. Some really warm temperatures associated with that ridging there over the Great Lakes, eastern Canada. It looks like we're going to stay warm here for a good bit of that second week. Some cooler weather though as we run through this week, even though we're going to be warmer there around midweek. These are those temperatures, a little bit of a roller coaster. 58 tomorrow, 62 on Tuesday. These are averages across north and central Alabama. Upper 60s on Wednesday. We'll see lower 70s on Thursday, falling back just a bit for Friday and Saturday behind that front. But Sunday warms up nicely again, 67. And then we're hanging right around 70 on the 26th, 27th, and 28th as overnight readings warm from the 40s into the 50s. Weather Brains, the weekly netcast that's all about weather. We'll be recording it tomorrow night with Andy McPhee. An author has a fabulous book on the Donora, Pennsylvania 1948 smog disaster. Killed several people. Was the impetus for a lot of clean air laws that came into effect, including the Clean Air Act of 1970. If you haven't watched the show from this past week, you have to. It's just a fabulous show. We've got the survivor of a 1958 blizzard. 6 Boy Scouts went up Mount Baldy above Tucson in November 1958, and only 3 of them came back, and we had one of them on our show on Monday night, along with his sister, who's written a fabulous book about it. So if you want to really feel some emotions, watch that show from this past Monday night. Weekly show, Weather Brains. We record it every Monday night at 7 o'clock. You get it wherever you get your podcasts, or you can watch it at weatherbrains.com. That's your weather briefing video for the Sunday the 18th. I'll have notes on the blog, complete update on the forecast coming up at noon. Any changes, you'll be the first to know about them. And James will be back with 2-a-days on this video tomorrow. And, of course, as he is always doing all throughout the week, Scott will be back next Saturday. I'll see you Sunday. And until I get that chance, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky, because you'll always have something fun to look at.